Ah, chaos magic, the rebellious teenager of the occult world, flipping the bird to tradition and saying, I make my own rules. If you've ever felt the conventional paths to enlightenment are a bit too, well, conventional, then buckle up, Buttercup. We're about to embark on a journey through the labyrinth alleys of chaos magic, where belief is a tool, symbols are weapons, and the universe is your personal playground. So grab your metaphorical wand and let's dive in to the fascinating techniques of sigils, servitors, and sorcery. What are sigils? Okay, so let's say you're a wizard with a blank canvas, ready to paint your desires into existence. That's essentially what sigils are. Symbols crafted to represent your deepest intentions. Originating from the Latin word sigillum, meaning seal, sigils have been used for centuries to encapsulate desires and manifest them into reality. In chaos magic, they're not just pretty pictures, they are potent tools for bending reality to your will. How to create your own sigil. Step 1. Define your desire. Be specific. Instead of, I want wealth or I want money, try, I attract financial abundance. Step 2. Condense the statement. Remove vowels and duplicate consonants. I attract financial abundance becomes TRCTFNABL, for example. I have included full instructions on how to do this, which are on the screen right now, so feel free to pause, take a few notes if you need to. Step 3. Design the sigil. Use the remaining letters to create an aesthetically pleasing symbol. This is your personal magic glyph. I've started to sketch out how this process goes. Obviously, this is bad and a work in progress, something that would have to be refined, so it looks a lot better than my crappy example, but I think you get the concept. Then you can transfer your finished sigil, a far more beautiful one than I've created, into your book of shadows or a special notebook. If you're working with a spell, you can draw it on your body, on the palm of your hand, for instance. Step 4. Charge the sigil. Enter a state of gnosis, be it through meditation, dance, or intense focus, and pour your energy into the sigil. I'll endeavour to give you more videos about this process in the future. Do let me know if there is anything specific you would like to see, and make sure to subscribe. Step 5. Release and forget. Let go of the desire and move on with your day. This detachment allows the unconscious mind to work its magic. Austin Osman Spare was a British occultist and pioneer in sigilization. He believed that by creating and charging sigils, one could bypass the conscious mind and tap directly into the unconscious for powerful manifestation. Spare's approach was revolutionary, emphasizing personal experimentation over traditional rituals. Okay, next up, what are servitors? A servitor is a thought form or magical construct created by a practitioner to perform specific tasks or influence events. It is an entity formed from the practitioner's intentions and energy, existing on a non-physical plane. While it is not a physical object, practitioners often create symbolic representations, such as drawings or charms, to serve as a focal point for their energy and intentions. You can think of servitors as your personal magic assistants. In chaos magic, a servitor is a thought form created to perform specific tasks or achieve particular goals. They're like the apps on your phone, designed for a purpose, and once their job is done, you can deactivate them. Unlike traditional sprites or deities, servitors are constructs of your own making. They are tailored, therefore, to your own needs. How to create a servitor. Step 1. Define the purpose of the servitor. What do you need help with? Be clear, be direct, be concise. Step 2. Design the servitor. Give it a name, appearance, personality. These are all suggestions, not instructions. The more detailed, the better. Again, I've provided step-by-step suggestions, not instructions, on screen to make this as clear and direct as I can. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments, and I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. Step 3. Charge the servitor. Use a ritual, spell work, or meditation to imbue it with energy and purpose. There's a ton of spell ideas that you can work with in the shorts library on this channel for that kind of stuff. Step 4. Release and monitor. Allow the servitor to operate autonomously, but check in periodically to ensure that it is fulfilling its purpose. Chaos magician Phil Hine describes servitors as psychological complexes deliberately created by the magician for a specific purpose to operate autonomously from the magician's consciousness. He emphasizes that servitors can be created to perform a wide range of tasks, from the specific to the general, and may be considered as expert systems capable of modifying themselves to take into account new factors. What is sorcery in chaos magic? Sorcery, in the context of chaos magic, is the practical application of magical techniques to achieve desired outcomes. It's about using rituals, symbols, and belief systems as tools to influence reality. Unlike traditional magic, chaos magic does not adhere to a specific set of rules or deities because it's, well, chaotic. It's a pragmatic approach that focuses instead on results. This flexibility allows practitioners to adopt and to discard beliefs as and where needed, making it a highly personalized and bespoke form of magic. Even the Dalai Lama said, "Know the rules so you can break them effectively." Here are some practical techniques. Rituals. Perform rituals that resonate with you, regardless of tradition. The effectiveness lies in your belief, in your intent. Belief as a tool. Adopt beliefs temporarily to achieve specific goals. Once the goal is achieved, discard the belief. Sigilization and servitors. As discussed, these are powerful tools in your magical arsenal. Peter J. Carroll, a prominent figure in chaos magic, emphasizes the importance of results over tradition. He states, "Magic will not free itself from occultism until we have strangled the last astrologer with the guts of the last spiritual master." This quote encapsulates the anarchistic spirit of chaos magic, which prioritizes personal experience and results over adherence to established systems. Belief as a tool. In chaos magic, belief is not a fixed state, it's a tool to be wielded. By adopting and discarding beliefs as and where needed, you can shape your reality. And this fluidity allows for a personalized and adaptable magical practice. It's like being a spiritual chameleon, changing your colors to suit the environment. This approach challenges the notion of absolute truths, suggesting that reality is subjective and can be influenced by our perceptions. Robert Anton Wilson, a prominent figure in chaos magic, explored the concept of belief as a tool in his works, suggesting that adopting different belief systems can lead to different experiences and realities. He proposed that by shifting our beliefs, we can alter our perception of reality, effectively creating our own truths. Cut-up technique, splicing reality. If you think of magic as like a software program, then the cut-up technique is a brilliant bug in the system. Disruptive and unplanned, yet potentially transformative. It was pioneered by the likes of William S. Burroughs and Byron Gysin, who saw it as a way to unlock hidden meanings and shake up the usual linear thinking. Essentially, the idea is to chop up existing texts, be they newspapers, novels, or anything else, and reassemble them into new configurations, forcing the mind to perceive the world in fragmented, disjointed ways. In chaos magic, the cut-up technique is used to break free from conventional patterns and open the doors to new insights. This is a picture of a wall that I hand-papered. This is in my house, using torn-up pieces of the book The Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad. This is an example of the cut-up technique. Think of it like a spiritual remix. By cutting up the fabric of your reality and then stitching it back together, you start to see things differently. This can be used for everything from altering the flow of events in your life to triggering an epiphany that leads to personal growth. It's about breaking through the limitations of conventional thought. A tangible example of using this technique in real life could be writing a letter, for example, about a situation that you want to change. Say it's a difficult relationship or a challenging work situation. And in this letter, you would express your frustrations, your desires, any emotions tied to the situation. Once you've written it out, you could tear the letter into pieces. By doing this, you're symbolically breaking up the old narrative. And now, the power of that situation is in your hands. Next, you can use those torn pieces to create something new, reassemble them into a different pattern, create a papier-mâché object. That object could even be a symbolic representation of something new, like a bridge or a door or a heart. And as you reassemble these pieces into something entirely new, you are shifting the old situation's structure and energy, transforming it into something different. The act of physically changing the paper into a new form represents a shift in reality. Like my book, The Heart of Darkness, is now a fireplace, it's a flue, a wall, it's a tree, it's a completely different thing now. This mirrors the cut-up technique in chaos magic, and this is just an example. Please don't get bogged down in this being the definitive explanation of what the cut-up technique is. There is so much more to this than the very, very simple example that I've given you. It's not just about passively thinking about change, it's about actively disrupting the old pattern. And you can do it the way I suggested, you can do that in a myriad different ways. In the example that I gave you, it would be taking your experiences and your thoughts and creating new possibilities by tearing apart the old and reshaping it. And by doing that, you would be breaking free from conventional limits and then reprogramming your own reality. As I've said repeatedly, chaos magic has no rules. That's kind of the point. So my suggestion is merely that. It's kind of up to you to make your own rules based on what resonates for you, what feels right for you. Just think of it like glitching a system, so it operates from the point of new patterns and new possibilities. Burroughs himself said, "The cut-up method is a way to create a new reality. The writer is not in control of the message is in control of the writer. His words underscore how cutting up reality itself, whether it's a piece of text or a belief system, can lead to a greater control over the experiences that you have in life." But chaos magicians take this method even further. Robert Anton Wilson, that chaotic mind who saw through the veils of reality, applied the cut-up technique to challenge cultural and political beliefs. In the Illuminatus trilogy, co-written with Robert Scheer, Wilson weaves a reality where conspiracies, secret societies, and hidden knowledge are revealed by the random rearrangement of letters and symbols, and this is a nod to how chaos magic views the world, constantly fluid, always shifting. Paradigm shifting is another advanced technique that hits at the core of chaos magic's philosophy. The reality we experience is essentially a construct, and we can choose which construct to operate in at any given moment. Do you want to feel like a rock star? Step into that paradigm. Do you want to live like a billionaire? Try it on for size. The concept is that every belief system, every structure, is just that. It's a system. What's holding us back is our attachment to a reality that we've just grown used to. Gnosis, a term used for altered states of consciousness, plays a major role in the practice. It's not about meditating your way into an enlightened state or evoking deities. It's about shaking up the mind and shifting into a new state where anything's possible. Think about the popular mind bender of a book like The Secret. While that's not directly associated with chaos magic, its core principle certainly aligns with the notion of paradigm shifting, by consciously shifting your belief to "I can manifest anything." You enter a reality where your desires materialize with startling ease. It's a reprogramming of the internal narrative, and chaos magic is all about rewriting that script. Belief as responsibility. One of the sharpest edges of chaos magic lies in the weight of belief. Sure, you can make things happen. You can manifest money, shift your reality, create servitors to handle your chores, but with great power comes, well, you know how that one goes. What chaos magic teaches us is that once you wield the tool of belief, you are then responsible for how you use it. The consequences of manipulating the fabric of reality, not to be taken lightly, when you start shaping your environment, influencing people, or even changing your own internal dialogue. It's like messing with a finely tuned machine. A single wrong turn in belief can lead to unexpected consequences, or, if you're unlucky, a personal catastrophe. Robert Anton Wilson, in his book Cosmic Trigger, talks about the dangers of believing too strongly in any one reality. He recounts a time when he became so immersed in the idea of extraterrestrials that he almost lost his grip on his own personal reality. The lesson here is that when you align yourself too deeply with a belief, it can dominate your life and drown out everything else. This is why chaos magic emphasizes temporary belief. Take what works now, discard what doesn't, and never forget that your perception is malleable. Change your mind often. If you're living a life where everything is fluid and changeable, where your thoughts can create ripples in reality, it's very easy to get swept away by the current. Chaos magic teaches personal responsibility. If your desire for wealth leads you to manipulate others, or your manipulation of belief hurts people, then that's on you. The responsibility of creating reality means knowing when to stop, when to take a step back and examine the ethics of what it is you are doing. The infamous Aleister Crowley, often associated with chaos magic, is a great example of someone who didn't quite grasp this balance. His concept of "do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law" was revolutionary, but dangerously unbalanced in practice. Crowley saw the universe as a vast playground for his own whims, but his personal descent into chaos shows the risks when ethical considerations are left out of the room. As we wrap up this ride through chaos magic, let's return once more to the central theme, the idea that magic is about shifting your perception, bending your reality, and taking control of the belief systems that dictate your life. From sigils to servitors, from paradigm shifts to the dangerous allure of power, chaos magic is less about following rules and more about creating your own path. So, what do you believe? Does reality bend to your will, or are you just a pawn in a larger game? If you can take anything away from this crash course, let it be this: the universe is not fixed. You can create your own path. The only question is, will you? And remember, the ultimate chaos magic trick is not to believe that you can manipulate the world with your will, but to believe that you already are. So go ahead, cast your sigils, summon your servitors, and shift your paradigms, because the world is your magical playground.